play a game.
Hello. Why haven't you picked up the chat window? There we go. Okay, that's better. Alrighty, so here we are. We're all going to die. No, really? Yes, really. Hello to Ibby Real Trains, going backwards, Samantha's Trains, Flying Southerner, Melbourne Train Guy, Jockey Transport, Mark B, who has face planted and gotten tired. Ibby, who waited for a long time, Danny Sprinto 6, and Mark B again. Andy Burbridge, hello to you as well, and Luke Snowball. So what are we here for? Forgotten. Oh yeah, you want to look at Stuttgart, don't you? What do you want to look at? Trains? Route? Stations? Oh no. Anyway, let's start with journeys. It's got one. Surprise! It's got training. Surprise. It's got services and scenarios. Surprise. I'm not going to click that one. Bad things happen. Just saying. Screw bucket. We have services and a scenario. Yep, pretty much. Definitely German trains. Shunt it. Oh, this one launches straight into something. Damn it. That's all right. We'll kick out of here again and go back to the main menu when it finishes loading. No, we're not doing that. Go away. Just go away. On main menu. Yep, good. Anyway, you get the idea. It's got journeys. Good news. Everything works in Livery Designer. Everything works in Scenario Planner. Everything works in Formation Designer. That's actually the first DLC for a while that I can say that. So I'm not even going to show you because there's nothing to show you. It all just works. Trap for young players. Let's start there. Train depot. Services. 483, which is a new cab car. There's a trap for young players though. 463. Choose the 463. Oh look, there it is. The 483. I'm told this will get fixed. So yes. Oh, I don't think I've announced that. Let me go back. The 483 does run on Frankfurt Fulda Kinzigtalbahn as well as Frankenborn. Frankenbanana, as I call it, Stuttgart, Heilbronn. Why don't we start with a 483, huh? Why don't we start with one of these? You know how much I love a cab car? All right, 743. Yeah, will it be dark in December? Probably. Let's go back a few months. August, that looks good. None of this dynamic weather crap. Light clouds. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Luke says not all the rolling stock from Bunstrecker on the Formation Designer. Yeah, I know, but these ones are. Melbourne Trade Guy, can we see the freight workings? We will look at freight workings. Don't worry. We will look at the 140 and we will run some freight. All right. Let's get out then. First things first. You ready? Boop. There it is. It's a train to Hamburg. All right, let's go wander through and have a look. So we better get the doors open. You can hear them blabbering away in the background. The disturbing thing about having passengers blabbering away in the background is I don't know if it's passengers or if it's my family who are talking while I'm streaming. But today it's not, so it's fine. All right, let's use the control, shall we? Right-hand side. And doors open. All right, let's go have a look. I just saw a man walk through the wall. I know I did. I am sure I just saw a bloke walk through that wall, get over here and disappear. But anyway, we have the funny bifold doors, which are kind of cool. Now, I do have to say I don't quite understand this. So there's this folding thing, and there's some kind of steppy thing. But, you know, it's well, I guess it makes sense. Must be awfully cold in winter, though. But anyway, that's the doors. there's an important switch that I'll show you. We'll do some guard mode and I'll show you that. I have already popped up tutorials and stuff. They'll be going live right about now, as they say. Do the windows open, you ask? No, only Just Train's windows open, sorry. Can you use the ashtrays? No, only Just Train's ashtrays work, sorry. Handbrake works though. I've been annoying AI with it all weekend. Hello, miscreants. How you all doing? This thing will be important to you, so I'll show you. When you get the fault that says the lights have gone off, push the button. Push the button. Done. Okay, let me check the chat. It's been a while. Andy Burbridge says morning from himself and Abby. Fantastic. Hello to both of you. Melbourne Train Guy says howdy. Howdy back. Ibby says morning chaps. Luke Snowball says hello advanced passengers. Yes, they're very advanced. Melbourne Train Guy says chossy transport. I guess you mean chocky. Yep. Samantha's Train says it's not a game, it's a simulation. Angry typing sounds. Yes. No, I don't want to give it up. We're just having a look. We're having a look. It's kind of pretty. I don't know if you can mess with it on the outside. I haven't tried. Doesn't look like it. Can we get down the other side? Oh, it's a low platform. Maybe we can. Is there anything we can poke? Don't think so. I haven't actually tried this. Always trying not trying things on... Ooh. Ooh. I don't know what that does. Sounds important. Sounds like the brakes are releasing. Brake mode. Why would you put it on brake mode G? It's a cab car. Well, okay. I guess that's important to someone. It looks like all the carriages can do it. I know what that does. That releases the air pressure in the brake cylinder. So the brakes are now off on that car. That's okay. Cable-y things look like they're doing cable-y things. They don't look like the glad hands are upside down or anything. The buffers actually look like they're touching each other. Surprisingly. What about the cab car part? Yes. Good. Excellent. Okay. Back to the chat. Chocky says second new route and it's already December. Yes. Danny says hello. Ibby says, Melbourne Train Glass, we see the freight workings. Yes, we do that. It's the busiest routes, really time on German routes. You need to spend over 100 quid on add-ons. Yes. It's a bit like Anderson Powerhouse. Oh, you want to run one of my routes? Well, you need to buy these 8,745 things. I suppose we should drive. But before we drive, we should do some stuff. Where are these damn switches? That's right, they're over here. We should put it on headlights. We should put it on Screaming Nana. And we should put it on Punch You in the Balls. Okay, good. And Contact Grandma's here. All right, what else do we need to look at? Brakes work with this thing nicely, as you'd probably expect. Doors work fine with it as well. Oh, you can't see the thing, can you? Hang on. Where's the thing? Oop, there's the thing. Oh, now the chat's on top of the thing. Hang on, let me move the chat. There we go. Move the chat a little bit. Don't know why I put YouTube logos on everything, but it does. Can we start over, Real Lord Vectron? Sure. No. Okay, we should have doors off, brakes are off. We should be pretty much good to go, I think. Clown horn. There we go. All right, let's start driving and we'll never get out of here. Now, this thing's controlling a tap changer, so I'm not going to use the lever because it only gets confusing. No, that's not doing anything. Run down. Off. On. Run up. That'll work. Right. Let's just put it in hold. Because we're already using way too much power. And it says safe to release. But wait. I bet you it's not. Because there's a magnet up here that is not like the others. As we go flying out of Stuttgart. Whee! How's the game sound for people? Just remember it's a cab car. Gets ready on the PZB button because he knows what's coming. See? That's not green. Sifa. When you least expect it. Sifa. And prepare for acknowledge. Preparing. Acknowledging. Oh. Well, that was... Okay, every other trip I've had to acknowledge there. That's fine. Look, bouncy. Suspension. Luke Snowball says, I wonder why you only need the Frankfurt S-Bahn DBBR423 for the S-Bahn services, not any of the DBBR423s. I don't know, Luke. Feel free to continue to wonder about that. Is the game loud enough? As we continue our drive. Are we out of monitoring yet? We are. Brilliant. Let us apply some power. 13% should be fine. We'll use the auto tapper. It'll be good. Anyway, white fingers. Quiet. Can we go faster yet? Probably. More power. More power. Ooh, that looks really narrow, doesn't it? Do we fit in there? Oh, we do, look. Wow, that's tight. You'd be pretty happy with that. Are we going away I haven't gone in my other my test runs? Okay. Usually I end up there. That's okay. That's fine. Bloody Sifa. Danny says you have to understand if you're using KWS or ZWS. Well, I have no idea, my friend. Bob's Modelling Mayhem says, morning, hope you're all well. I'm well, thank you. A little tired, it's the end of the day. I had a big weekend, but you know, it's okay. I'll push through it, it'll be fine. Here we are passing the massive but empty yard. Why is it empty? Because you'd have blurry, bloody textures everywhere if it wasn't. So, massive yard. See if it does sound on the outside. But I've never seen it chockers. I've only ever seen it with a few trains in it. Please bear in mind, I have not played it massively, so... Is that my train? That is my train. Ooh, I'm rocketing. I think we might want to reduce power a little. What do you think? Because we have to come back down to 60. Let's get it back into run down. Because I can't apply the brakes until I've run down or I'll pop the circuit breaker. But that's okay. Sifa. I'm not going to have to apply the brakes there anyway, because gravity's doing an amazingly good job, as it often does. Oh, gratuitous bridge shut. Yay, gratuitous bridge shut. Look how many bridges there are. Cool. As we head off to Ludwigsburg. We will stop and have a look at all the stations, I promise, just not this run. Are we going to make it down to 60 in time? I might actually have to use the brakes. So let's go to off and a little touch of brake and off again. That should be enough. That should be fine as we grossly overcharge the brakes, but that's okay. No one will know. No one will know. No one will know. I was wondering why we had to do 60. Now I know. Yep. Good. Lovely. So much detail up here above a tunnel that you can't get to and you can't see. EB says it's getting too common in TSW on all the layers. Oh yes, you need to get all the add-ons, yes. Well, yeah, that's what people ask for, so I can't really blame them for that. Alright, let's throttle back up. Run up. Let's give it some power. 26% should be fine. There's various bits of layer discussion that you can see on the screen. More power. Let's get in front and watch it come past. How was that for a good save? The auto tapper is king. It's a bit loud for me, actually. I'm probably yelling at you. Sorry. Flying Southerner says basically this is the German equivalent 86, 87. I'd say the 86 and 87 were the English equivalent of a German tap changer. Because I think the Germans did tap changes first, I think. It was their thing. Alright, we are running PZB, so let's stick to below the speed limit. Be a good idea. Surprised PZB hasn't whacked me yet. Usually does by now. MTG says Birmingham to Crewe is a bit of a layer hog. Odd given the conversation we had before, Melbourne Train Guy, about Kermit and Miss Piggy. Ibby says the Pendolino, which is mandatory since it's Nikon, you got the full layers, you have to get that mild mate and Goblin. I can't really blame them for using layers for things like that, because people have asked them for more content and to blend in the stuff they got from other places. You may have seen the... Oh, we should put the frame rate on. You may have seen the relatively large stutter back there. I have done a pre-run on the route, but it is still doing it. There's a couple of places where it happens every time. You will find them. Pop-in seems not too bad. It's like they've done something. Maybe. So far, no blurry textures, which is good. But I rarely see them on PC anyway. And while I would love to show you this on console, I can't until it goes live. Because we don't have the build on consoles as yet. I did see someone comment recently saying, why aren't the ambassadors allowed to show on console before the release day anymore? We never were. Some ambassadors might have chosen to, because, I mean, I have keys. I have it on the Xbox. I've tried it. It seems to work. But it's not the same build as this one. And I'm not allowed to show it off. We're only allowed to show it during the early access on PC. And that has always been the case. That has not changed. Only a couple more Ks to Ludwigsburg, so we should probably start slowing down. So let's get it into rundown. Because it's a tap changer, it takes a while. It does take a little while. Flying Southerner had an interesting weekend as a broadcast director for a Christmas show. Also have a system block diagram showing the audio connections. Cool. I've done a bit of stuff with power and audio over the years. Ludwigsburg is our next stop. It is a little while away though. Might need a touch more braking. That's probably enough. We have finally run all the way down, so we can go to off. Ziffer. I do understand, Ibby, that layers can get a bit expensive, yes. Oops. Stop reading chat. Drive train. Drive train. Drive train. No Nebworths allowed. No Nebworths. It's got bloody good brakes. I'll give it that. Quiet, Sifa. Oh, that's come on again. Boring thing. Doesn't squeal on the outside. Isn't that interesting? Shall we just excruciatingly roll to the end of the platform, or would you like me to accelerate? You may choose. Danny Sprint says, I'm back and ready to explain to you the German multiple unit systems. Yes, we will do that. We will give that a try. I wasn't game to try it by myself. Definitely not. We've almost finished excruciatingly crawling to the end of the platform at 20 kilometers an hour because I panicked and overbraked, but that's okay. Because I looked at the chat and I looked back and went, wah! Ready for door opening sounds? Now, do you want me to take this to the end of the route? I love watching them get out of here. It's like there's steps there, but there aren't. Whee! Whee! It does take them a little while... Whoa! Wizard! It does take them a little while to find their way to the ground, which is kind of funny. Hey, when did we get new shoes? They've got different shoes. Huh. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. That's probably a good thing. Anyway, let's lock the doors. What do you want? Do you want me to take this to the end of the route, or do you want to look at other things? I don't mind. I am all good. I'm not sure if I ever went back to off, so that's probably not working. Let me just go back to off. Actually, it just started to roll, so it might have been working. Is it going to go? Is it going to go? I'm going to have to look in the cab, aren't I? No power, but it's running up. Okay. Have I blown the debris? That is a question. Because I was still powering when it braked. We'll have to wait for the taps to finish running down, and then we will try again. Melbourne Train Guy says the AHE is the true piggy hunt. Andy says, hey, no AI trains. WTF. There are some. They definitely are. All right, let's go back to off now. Now we can go run up. Yay! There we go. 8. Listen to those throbbing engines. Oh, wait, it hasn't got any. It just sort of out of the platform. Let you experience the joy. Would you like to see guard mode? It does have brakes like an Electrostar, but that's mostly that thing. The 1, 1, 1. Alright, let's drive it like a German. Beep. Bietigheim, Bissingen. Next stop. Does accelerate like a bat out of hell if you let it. But you got to be careful accelerating like a bat out of hell, because it does take a long time to tap down. You will get in trouble. You will get whacked by PZB. We will definitely see some freight stuff, absolutely. common request. And I much prefer a bit of freight to driving a cab car, to be honest. So we have a TSR. This is what I mean. I'm still accelerating, approaching a TSR, but I can't even put the brakes on yet. When we get down to 0, 0, there we go. Now I can brake. The passenger lights have turned off. Well, they can stay in the dark for a little while. I don't care. And Sifa. Oh no, everything's happening at once. Alright. And I'll have to acknowledge that probably. Temporary magneto. There we go. The world is happy. Now, I can't run off and fix the passenger lights right at the moment. We'll have to stop to do that. So we'll fix the passenger lights at the next stop. Because normally the guard would be doing that anyway. It's not a driver's function. Mark says they don't touch the ground. Well, they eventually do. They sink their way down. So we are under the TSR limits now, which applies now. You notice the TSR speed does show up in the route. This is a good thing. Safe to release, but I don't care. It's not going to do anything for me. Can we speed up yet? Yes, we can. Did I forget to go to off? I did. Well, it's not applying any power, so I can just go straight to off anyway, because it's not applying any power at the moment, so it doesn't matter. Alright. I should have gone to off. No, go that way. Yes, that's better. Quiet, Sifa. Did I call up a light fog? I don't recall calling up a light fog. But I have one. Fog means better performance. Ziffer. Chucky says, you somehow still overshot the platform. Yes, I did. There are PZB speed traps. Ask me how I know. Uh-oh. Damn it. I wasn't paying attention again. Not that I actually want to go to off here because I want to do this. No, I don't need to. It's fine. Can I have some power off, please? I don't pretend to be good at driving tap changes, I just survive them. C, hello. Mark B said, no, there is guard mode, Mark B. Guard mode? Or do you mean no, you don't want any guard mode? Come on, guard mode's fun. Wait for the next stop. Just got to start watching signals because this is German land. Hello, Mark Moss. Melbourne train guy, just give it a couple of taps when you're done. He's rude, young man. Very rude. Start gently reducing speed as we approach the platform. And get ready on the button. Not here, though. Soon. Danny says, fortunately, this can control modern locomotives. Indeed. Jockey, I don't mind the TSRs appearing that way because, in reality, you would actually be told about a TSR before you started your trip. The game doesn't really have a way of telling you that at the moment, so that seeing them in advance in the track monitor is, to me, okay. Welcome to Beetlejuice. Have we actually seen another train? Just wondering if we have. Anybody seen another train? Holy Trucker asked, why does this route look super washed out? They all do. Welcome to Todd 4. You've been saying it for years. I don't like Todd 4. Not a fan. Good thing that signal's green. Where'd we end up? We need to know. Actually, it would have been okay if the signal was red. Look at that. Look at that. It wouldn't have mattered. That's perfect, that is. Perfect. MTG says there was a DBBR 111 that went the other way. Good. Mark B says watching paint dry is more fun than guard mode. Oh, I think guard mode's slightly more fun than watching paint dry. I have to be in the right mood for guard mode, I have to admit. Now, did I go to off this time? I did. Good. So we can get out of here. No, you're not running up. You, Mr. Cab Car, do not like me. Clearly. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I had to go and fix the passenger lights, didn't I? That's open. Why can't I go through it? Sigh. Passenger lights. Here we are. Oop. It's a good thing it's daytime. No one cares. Door. Right. Ooh. Switch. What's that do? Don't know. Nothing. I keep finding interesting switches on this thing. Don't know what they do, but I keep finding them. Now, do I have a door open or something like that? Is that why it's not letting me do it? I have discovered that sometimes when you have a door fault, it doesn't actually tell you. Usually it does. No, I don't seem to have. All right. Let's try and run up again. Oh, we're powering this time. Good. No, wait. Here. Have 27. That'll be fine. Off we go to begin again. Beep. One day I'll find out what that means. This isn't the only train that does it, and I have no idea what it means. It's something about speed. It's probably the speed where you have to rotate. C says I've turned the temporary speed restriction off. It's unrealistic. I don't think it is unrealistic, really, because I'm on a real railway, and we have them lots of times. No, run down. Run down. You're going too fast. Well, you will be soon. But that's okay. We want gravity to take over at this point. Ibby says, are the German train seats better than UK ones? Mm-hmm. That one's good. It's a stool. Hmm. Maybe says, can we do the 140? We will. Holy Trucker says, I hate tap changes, won't be buying this one. My other tap changes just sit and collect dust. I don't mind them, to be honest. I don't mind tap changes. I think they're kind of fun. They're just a little bit different. You really have to think about it, which makes it doubly hard to stream. How does run-up work versus the throttle range? Ah, okay. Well, let's go into go through the positions. So there's run down, and you can see this number going down here. That's the tap you've got. There's hold, which holds in the current tap. And then there's run up, which taps up. And you can just use the run up, run down if you want to. Alternately, you can go past run up and put it into a power range and say, I want 10%. It will manage the taps for you. It will tap up and tap down as necessary. Speaking of tapping down, I need to, because I'm about to be going too fast. Made it. All good. The world is happy. Ooh. I think Sifa is stopping my train. Just saying. Feels like it. I tried. Now, the good thing is when you whack Sifa, it does eventually release the brakes. And the fact that I was already in off means that I can just power again. So we'll be fine. Except we're stopping soon, but you know. MTG says, oh, there's tap speed restrictions in the UK happen a lot. Yes, especially when the dirt falls on the track on West Coast Main Line. Alright, let's go back into rundown because we're close to the stopping point anyway. You notice I'm not using the TS thing. You can, but it's a bit of a nightmare with a tap changer, so I don't bother. It's the same with Rail Driver. It was just a bit shit with Rail Driver. What you should probably do is program buttons. But then you may as well use a keyboard, or you may as well use your controller. Standard things, up and down, happy, happy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. As we roll in to begin again. Mark says, with the exception of Glossop, I seem to spend more time doing nothing in guard mode. There's a lot of nothing in guard mode, but that's normal. That's guard mode. That's guard's life. They do jack. The route is pretty, I'll give them that. And I have run it on the Xbox, even though I'm not allowed to show it to you on the Xbox, and I have to say it seemed to work okay. It's about the same as all of the others for the weird and wonderful things that happen on console. Very squealy brakes. Little too squealy, IMHO. But maybe not, who knows? What would I know? Bouncy, bouncy. Doors. A passenger door has become stuck. We'll deal with that when we shut them. Because how are you going to find out now? Dunno. Does the cab car tap like the logo? Yes. 2 to the back of the head. C says, I get it, the same places makes unrealistic. No, it's kind of random, I think. Should be, anyway. MTG says, how would you use the range versus taps? I prefer to use the range and just let the thing tap down by itself. Alright, let's find the door that's stuck the easy way, since we just got a notification about a stuck door. Alright, I give up. I don't see a stuck door. Unless it opened one on this side. Did one of them not open? Is that what it was whinging about? Because I don't see any open ones. Actually, that one looks a bit weird, doesn't it? There we go. It was that one. It wasn't quite closed. There we go. Look at that. How good. That was actually okay. All right. I should have gone for a walk to find that, but, you know, whatever. Brakes off.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug SE nach Homburg-Saar.
Did I do that too early again? Had it not dropped below 1 bar? I suspect so. See, I'm not sure if I don't know how to drive this or if it's got a bug. I'm not convinced that either way. But it seems to me that a lot of the time when you go to start off, it doesn't. But it didn't do that to Matt, so it might just be I don't know how to drive it. This is the anti-McRae wall, we'll call this. Anybody from Melbourne will understand what I'm talking about. No one else will. Quiet you. Does the route have nice water? It's kind of got old-fashioned water. No weeds. Weed. Bill and Ben, the flower pot men with weed. Where is that train? Oh, it's not really doing anything, is it? So you can use either MTG to your heart's content. You can run up taps and then go into hold, or you can set a percentage. Do what makes you happy. I don't think there's a wrong way. Walheim Warts is next stop. Mediatek, hello. Grumpy says guard mode is the most underwhelming feature in Train Sim World. Real Lord Vectron says, no, the guards are the hardest working employees on the railways and the drivers and passengers need to respect that. I've done both. In my railway career. I just saw the miraculously self-repairing Mercedes back there. The one that looks like a wreck when you drive up to it and then it gets better. I'm getting better. Ooh, Sifa gave up. These ones are well grounded. Locked doors. And we do see that the feature that stops Train Sim World passengers from filling up stations means that they don't get on. Let's see if it'll leave this time. Did I remember to go to off? Damn passengers. Ooh, it worked. Mediatek asks if this is compatible with the more recent German locos Vectron 101. I haven't tried, but it's supposed to be. Danny says yes. Almost at Captain Kirk. Coming into a bit of a yard. How are we for a distance? Oh, we're 60% of the way. Oh, train. Chocky says, when the cab car has a non-tap loco, does the cab car still tap? I don't know. We might have to try and find out. MTG says, is TSW set to work? I think so. Asking. Mediatek says, nice. Probably use mixed conscious too with the IC stock from the expert pack. MTG, as in, will there be an option to choose or make custom formation with? We can find out, I guess. As we make our way towards the nectar of Captain Kirk. That sounds quite bad. Max TV, could I sound the horn? Yes. Could I brake really hard? Yes. Hello, Steam Rager, aka Harvey. Damn it. Alright. I messed that up a bit. Heilbronn, Hauptbahnhof. You can't park there. That's one way to stop someone stealing your car. I like it. Yep, good. There's a lot of little cars. Ooh. Ghostbusters cars. I got a floater. Oh, I'm in a building. Ooh, clutter. I think my wife must have been here. It's a Temu shipment. Some factories and stuff. Some of these have train lines, some of them don't. We should probably lock the doors and go though, shouldn't we? Did I remember to go to off? See what that does. See if it works, eh? See if it works. Hey, look, it's the sarcophagus over Chernobyl. No, it's a bridge. Is it moving? I'm not sure. I don't think it is. I think it's just sitting there. Better go have a look. No, it's just sitting here, tapping up. Yep, handy. Now we wait. Now it's going to start rolling. Okay. The passengers think we're getting underway. That's a good thing. Yes. Better. well, maybe that's why it's so quiet. My experimentation with layers. Maybe I've turned all the layers off. That would make sense, because we've only seen 111s, haven't we? That would make a lot of sense. We'll check that the next time we go on the timetable screen, because I was playing with layers. Animal says maybe it's a special console version with no layers. No, I think I've actually got the layers turned off. I think this is my mistake. We'll put up with it for this run, and then we'll check. But I actually think I've got them turned off. Because I was mucking around just before this stream, trying to work out an issue. So I think I've turned them off. Good start. Harvey says Steam Ranger has carriages. Yes. I won't tell you what Matt Pedalson's registration is, but it's kind of funny. Hello, some Welsh bloke. Bob says, got a floater? Better flush it down. You might have to cover it with paper to weigh it down though, Bob. It's a common problem with floaters. The old polywaffle trick. Off we go to laughing. Lots of laughing going on. Chucky says we're late. That's normal for me, Chucky. It's good that someone found a way to make the gloriously stable TSW6 twitchy. Imagine what it's like on a rail driver. Be like watching a random 13-year-old boy. I'm going to need to look this building up in real life, because clearly it's not all there. Clearly. Loading, loading, loading. EB says this is the realistic DB experience. I think so. Did I already go to off? Probably not. It sounds like less than a bar. Let's see what it does. Ooh, we heard it change. Sounded good till I put that giant fan on. Quiet, Sifa. Some Welsh bloke says, talking of layers, which other DLC do you need for freight on this route? All of them. No, you actually get freight with it. But the more DLCs you've got, the more you're going to get, clearly. Ibby's going to get some sleep. I do that to people, Ibby. It's okay. I'm waiting to see if they work. Because CIFA. I don't think they do. Alright. Back to the train then. CMTG, you can use it either way. It doesn't really matter. FIFA. I did not watch the F1 Flying Southerner. I was doing things. What if these ones work? Either they stay shut for a really, really long time or they don't work. I don't think they work. Okay. MTG says I'm trying to learn the harder DB locos, working my way to the Expert 101. It feels like I've been sitting there doing something with it. Hello, Alex. You distracted me, Alex. This is your fault. What we've discovered, Alex, is that I don't have any layers turned on. So it's a bit quiet. But it's not the root's fault. One door in the platform, that'll do. We'll take that. One carriage. It's as good as you get sometimes. I can't really blame Alex for distracting me. I only just noticed it. Now, did I get it back to off? I didn't. Brakes. And hopefully I'll get away with doing it from outside. Yay! If you rewind a few seconds, Alex, we've discovered the level crossings don't appear to open. Oh. Well, there's another thing. I haven't seen that before. So, clearly we're powering. I've just taken a screenshot. Clearly we're powering, but the tap changer is showing 0. That's new. I haven't seen that all weekend in mucking about with it. Well, it's going to make it hard to know what's going on, isn't it? Train Sim World drops the subtle hint, looking forward to more reveals this afternoon. Tadami's coming out on Wednesday, yay! Not really. I'm just kidding. Don't record that. Cool, thanks Alex. Some Welsh bloke says, disappointed there seems to be no new freight wagons included in the route, giving and promoting this as being a freight route. Oh no! Damn it. Fine. Well, since it's already stopping, I'll go and fix the passenger lights. Because it's going to stop anyway. Right. Ooh, it's angry. It has all the noises. Okay. Wonder if my taps will work now. Not safe to release. No problems. We're almost at the end anyway. Brakes are coming off. I'll be able to tap shortly. So let's get into the rundown, hold position. And we're listening to bar, so we should be able to do it now. Yay. And we're in monitoring because I was a nuff. Abba, you turned up just in time to see me stuff that up. Yay. Real Lord Vectron says, an angry German loco? That's impossible. I thought it was normal. See, everybody who works on real railways knows that trains are people. Because they all have personalities and they all react in different ways. German trains? Angry. Very angry. We're almost at the end. What? What did I miss? Did I miss a magnet? Or did I go to... Oh, no, I went too fast, didn't I? Wally. Wally. I'm going to blame Alex. And below 1, we should be good. It's a good way to finish a run. If you thought we were late before, Chucky, you ain't seen nothing yet. Abbott says it's interesting how the German trains have similar cabs. Well, it's not particularly unusual, really, to have a fairly standardized design. In the US, there's really only 3 variants of control equipment. Different cab layouts, but really only 3 variants on the control equipment. Well, maybe 4. No, 3. I'll stick with 3. We shall limp into Heilbronn, like the poor driver that we are. That's a lot of white cars. I thought we cured the white car thing. Must use the wrong asset, I'm guessing. You'll not trap me again, PZB. At least not for 5 minutes anyway. Yes, Chocky, you're correct. The route does look like a ghost town with no layers. We'll confirm that, though, when we get out there, but I think that's what I've done. Some Welsh bloke says the 140 is a freight loco, and inclusion of Corn Westheim Yard shows that this route is at least partially freight focused. I think it's largely freight focused, actually. Gratuitous bridge shot with a very large bridge. Which will be my undoing if I don't get back in the cab. Last stop, everybody. Get your things together and get off me train. Chocky, I do believe we've had 2 penalty break applications, actually. See for having one last attempt at trapping me. MTG says, my apologies if this is the freight one. I didn't mean to cause confusion or delay. I think this is primarily the freight route, but we shall see in a moment. That's the end of that one, and a well-deserved gold medal. Little bit of speeding, a lot of late. A modicum of inaccuracy, 106 meters. There's a good one. Alrighty, let's go and turn my layers back on. Let's go to the main menu, come back into the route and turn all the layers on because, you know, that would be a smart thing to do when you're showing off a new route. Yes, it would. But at least you get to know what it would be like. Loading, loading, loading. Right. Layers 1. There you go. There's the answer. Select all. So to answer people's questions, where do things layer in from? Link Rheinstrecke, Frankfurt S-Bahn, Niddeltalbahn, Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel, Wurzburg, Frankfurt Fulda. That's the Expert 101, I think, isn't it? I think. Semmeringbahn, Bahnstrecke Bremen, Oldenburg, and Lindreitstrecke Mainz Koblenz, Ludwigsbahn, Mannheim, Kaiserslautern, Rursig Nord. So that's almost all of the German routes. Almost. All right, what were we going to do? We were going to look at the 140. We were going to try and joining some things together, weren't we? Dan, so I should probably go and free roam somewhere. Let's go and jump into a yard, maybe. Is it that one? No. Where's the big yard? Come on. Where is the giant yard? I think it is that one. Let's just go there. Get rid of that. Go. So, Danny, you're going to talk me through the intricacies of making this work. We're going to spawn some stuff and join them together, I assume. Hopefully he's here, or this is going to get really sad really fast. This is part of the gigantic yard. There's a lot of it. There's more over there. There's a lot of yard. We have the fuzzy Hapag-Lloyd containers. There we go. Fixed them. So, Danny, what are we doing? Oh, it's gone quiet all of a sudden. Gutterbahnhof. Okay. Hopefully Danny's still here, because he wanted me to do something, but I haven't seen him in the chat for a little while. Is he still here? Dunno. Well, we might run a 140 run until he comes back. In fact, Danny, do you want to jump into my Discord if you're still around? And we'll get you into a voice channel and we can talk it through. That might be easier. Let me jump into the voice channel in Discord in case Danny turns up there. I'm not going to put it on stream though. So, in fact, let me just do that. Just kill the voice chat from the stream. Hello, Caleb Keppel. Voice chat, voice chat, voice chat. So, Danny, if you want to, then jump into my voice chat. I will share my screen into there so you can see it quicker than the thing. But let's do a 140 with all layers turned on. They are all on this time. 140, there it is. I don't actually know why there's two of them. They don't seem to be different, but you know, something exciting, I'm sure. Let's do that one. That's going into the yards. We'll do that one. Go. MTG says, with the 1T user removal from all the intermodal rakes or just the ones from this route? The ones are removed from this route. Oh, it's a nice time of day. Cool. Wait for a moment. We're in the beast. We have a mixed train. One of the things I really liked seeing in this is trains with auto racks and passenger cars. Quite like that. Wait for a moment. I don't think we'll wait for a moment. I think we'll start getting set up. Because we can. And brake key. And up here. We should be... What are we? What actually are we? We have got... We're a heavy freight, so we should be U, shouldn't we? PZB mode U. And brake should be in goods. And PZB... CIFA. No. Window. Sadly, you cannot go in there. Which is a touch weird because you can actually see in there. It's got a good horn. Miss a honey. What else do we need to do in here? Need to put the direct brake apply. Release that. Where am I getting music from? You're not actually going out on the chat, so don't worry. But he was playing very loudly. Turn him down. That was for Danny to get in and talk me through this multiple unit thing. Right. I shouldn't have to do anything else, I don't think. I think it's ready to roll, but clearly the game's not. There we go. Right, brakes off. And this one you can actually tap with the crazy lever. Even though I probably just blew it up then. Let's give it a try. Oh, hang on. That signal's red. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop. I was about to drive through a red signal. Anyway, the chat can't hear you guys. It was just for Danny. It wasn't a general thing. Or the stream can't hear you. Now we can go. No. Off we go. No, I wasn't planning on putting the voice chat on the stream. For people who are wondering, there are now people in the voice chat in my Discord. But it wasn't intended to be the general audience jump in the voice chat. It was just for Danny to do this multiple unit thing. I think I just blew the circuit breaker. I do believe. Because I tapped it too far too soon. So we'll just leave it on tap 3. No, I know it's not locked, Jockey. Not a bad sized freight train for a German one. It's quite a bit of it. Why is there collision on this? I can probably tap up again now. You have to stay under 6 or you pop the breaker. That's Sifa. You want me to be mean to him? Okay. It does have a nice deep growl to it, this thing. You did. I think I've already got it. But anyway, I'm going to keep talking about Stuttgart Heilbronn, because that's why we're here. Doesn't look like Danny's going to join in, so I'll probably close the voice chat if he doesn't show up. Hopefully he's alright. That's a bit high. Got away with it. I've got tutorials up for the 140, the 483, 485, 483, whatever it is. Ooh, that's a bit knacky. I got a stutter at just the wrong moment there. I don't think I need to worry too much about this speed limit being 70 here, but we'll get ready on the acknowledge. The loco does work with PZB helper, which hasn't been true for the last couple of German locos, so I'm kind of happy. Contact signal is down there if you need it. Doesn't look like the seats are adjustable. Can't even put the arms down. Does have a nice sound to this thing. Hopefully it's loud enough for the stream. I can't see the stream anymore. I've hidden it. There it is. Right. Good. Yeah, it looks pretty loud. I don't think it is safe to release train. I think you're being naughty. Now it should be safe to release. It's the end of the TSR, so when the back of our train gets past there, I can go over 70. Not that that's terribly likely. We're almost at the upper end of our taps now, so we're using nearly all the power of this thing. It's nice to be able to use the controller for this, because it's not as finicky as the other one. There you go, that's all the taps. You want a link for the tutorials? Oh, I could be brave and do that, I suppose. Let me whack the CIFA button a couple of times. Let me find you the links. So this is guard mode, shoot. And this is cab car, shoot. And the last one, the one you actually wanted. 140, shoot. And I do actually cover a lot of the functionality in the 140 in that one. Are we going too fast? We are. No, we're not. That says 105, but we're in a 100 zone, and it's not marking me as too fast. Okay. We'll just believe it, but we should probably start slowing down anyway. Oh, we were wheel slipping. That's what was happening. I had so much power on it was wheel slipping. Interesting. I hadn't had that before. Have we got sparkles? Oh, you know what it does have? Magnet brakes. I like magnet brakes. Zifa. We are properly accelerating now, unlike before when I just had wheels that were going whee! Hello, Kabepi. I do quite like the sound of the 140. It's got this lovely low-end growl when you're first starting up. It's very nice. It's as dim as it gets, I think. We're not in any danger of speeding in this thing. It's not going to happen, I don't think. Hey Andy, how are you? Cab Pepe, I'm not really sure to be honest, but it's nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn it. Reading chat and PZB got me. Don't read chat when driving German trains. There you go, the brakes. You can see the brake pipe is charging up with that one. Brakes are starting to release along the train. I can... Oops, not that many, not that many. It'll explode. Bit like that. I think I just exploded it. Oh no, there it goes. Are you slipping? I think you're slipping, aren't you? Oh no. Yes it is. It's just slipping. Look at the wheels. Grind. That's right, the brakes will release and it'll get moving sooner or later. Let's give it some sand. Not too much though. It'll get a hump it can't get over. Alright, let's tap it back. Let's just go to 2 and sit on 2, see how that goes. That's not slipping anymore, at least that's just holding. Waiting for the brakes to release in the back of the train. Yeah, it's no longer slipping. So if we go flying all the way down here, we can hear there's air flowing everywhere. So it'll take a little while to pump the train back up. I don't think German trains have a display on the back. No, they just have these things. If we sit here and wait for the brakes to release, then we'll know. Why is it sliding backwards? Ooh, I got hit by it. No, it's starting to roll back. So if I go up a couple of notches, there we go. It's kind of floating, isn't it? Sometimes you shouldn't look too closely. Are we slipping again? We are. Too many notches. We're getting somewhere, I think. Let's try a notch. It's one now. Cab Peppy says, welcome to the club. I did that in Dresden Cop Bus on the new Dresden line. Yes, never read the chat when you're driving German trains. You just shouldn't do it. Can we have another notch? Yeah, I think we're okay. Got a little bit of slippage going there. Do you like the sound, Campepe? That's the thing. Imagine if you just got started and CIFA stopped you. I do have to be careful to stay out of monitoring, but that'll be a little while. A little while. Now we're picking up some speed. Okay, Pepe says, no, I didn't have a chat, only record streams, Xbox, PC, Twitch, PC, YouTube. There's a lot of interesting consists on this route, Chucky. Lots of very mixed stuff. I quite like seeing it. It does still look like a choice of performance over yard fills. Matt does like a bit of shunting, I have to admit. I forgot to press override, didn't I? I don't think those points are set for me. Oh, yes, they are. And I think I should have pressed override for that one, shouldn't I? I think. But I did not. Never mind. Give it 2 taps until the brakes release. This will lose me the other half of the viewers. Clever. I have never claimed to be an expert in German signalling. I have to say it befuddles me. There's so many different variations, and I am really, really impressed with the people who understand it. And I'm glad in my real life I don't have to. The worst signals I have to deal with have 3 positions. Most of them have 2. At least we're going downhill this time, so it'll be an easier start when it does get going. You can hear the compressor running. Brakes have released at this end, but I'm tipping up the other end. It'll still be a little while. Ooh, I think we have started to move. We have the growl. It's almost worth stopping just to hear the growl. Too much. We'll be patient. We'll just leave it at 4. Cap Peppy says, British good, American bad, German worse. I assume that's a comment about the signalling. British signalling in the modern era is very straightforward. But in the steam era, Britain was interesting. You could be coming up to a signal gantry with like 50 doles on it, and 8 of them applied to you. And you had to understand what they all meant. A dole is a small arm with a semaphore on it, if you're wondering. Worst we've got on my railway is 2 doles, and some of those have a caution signal underneath the main signal. For calling on. So what do we want to see next, folks? Do you want me to take a tour of the stations and hop from one to the other and just walk through them? Or do you want to see a particular thing? I might pop up a poll for that, actually. Lots of clutter in the yard. It is good to see. I know I pressed that button, Sifa. You behave. Oh, actually, I know why that, what happened at that signal. I should have stopped for it and then gone. To stop and go. You have to stop and press override and then go. Zifa. Looks like plenty of people do want to see the individual stations, so I think we will do that. The poll's been up long enough, I think. So we'll do that. Once I get this stopped, we'll go and visit each station in turn. And we'll just have a bit of a look around at each one. Oh, I'm not got focus on the game. Let's finish the poll. Alright, let's tap back up. Get her moving. Come on. It's got grouse brakes, hasn't it? 4 might be too much. Why don't you stop on 3? Alright, we'll take 4. It's fine. It's fine. Just occurred to me that that being that bright is going to be a bit annoying at night time. MTG is stalking the Discords before bed. That's fair. It is getting kind of late here. The autumn foliage does look quite nice along this route. What have we got over here? We have a 363, we have a 140, we have another 140. That seems to be about it. Chocky is also lurking. So far, you saw me hitting that button, didn't you? Maybe I wasn't holding it down long enough or something. But I was definitely doing it because I could see the text coming up on the right here. This one. Oh well. That's enough apparently. What was that little fart noise at the end? Whoop. That sounded like Richie Rail in Casual's car. Who said that? Right. Let's go and have a look at stations. I won't go lots longer tonight because it is 10:47 and I have to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning, so it won't be a really late one. And there'll be lots of other ambassadors that will start streaming during the more European daytime. So let's just jump in on foot at Stuttgart. Let's go for 7 AM. And we'll go for light clouds. There's nothing wrong with dynamic weather, by the way. I just turn it off because I don't like it. And I think if I'm showing off a route, it's better to do it in the fixed weather. That took a little bit to go, didn't it? S-Bahn Rhein-Neckar. Ticket machines. Surprisingly detailed. There's a shutter in here. Wow, that's a bit... Let me take a screenshot of that. That's a little too close coupled. Let me just drop that in the appropriate spot. I can't find it. Come on, cursor. Don't let me down. Fairly close coupled will be the comment on that one. All right. Let's wander out into the area out here, which I think... Can't go in that shop, I know, but there's another shop out here somewhere that you can go in. This one, I think. So we've got some sandwiches, some chocolates, some magazines, some more magazines. Pity they're all the same ones. Little info booth. You can tell there is a large amount of paranoia about fuzzy textures because there's a lot of stuff that's the same. And this is what happens when you get fuzzy textures. Can we go down here? No. There is an underground station here somewhere. I haven't found my way into it yet, though. But I know you can. Let's see if we can figure it out. Is this shunter better coupled? No. Actually, where's a train with a cab car on it? Oi. Just walk into me. Where's one with a cabbie car? It's a 218. That might have a cab car on the other end. Let's pop up and have a look. Or it's got another 218. We'll see. There's an interesting maneuver in here where they come in with one 218 and they leave with a different one, leaving the one that they comes in with behind. Can we go down here? That looks very exit-8, doesn't it? How do we get to the underground station? Some Welsh bloke says there used to be the DB shop. And you bought a DB driver's bag. That's cool. No, we can't go that way. Where's a cab car when you want one? Because I was going to show you something funny. You can actually uncouple the locomotive from inside the passenger area. I might have done it on my tutorial. Oh, here comes one with the cab car. It's not coming on this track, is it? No. Oh no, that's another IC set. Slight drop in the frame rate around here, down into the 50s for me, which is a little low. This is a very long train. That's huge. Wow. That's what she said. Dostos. Run! No Dostos allowed. What's that one? That's got a cab car on the end. Let's go meet that one. It's a good day when you can run almost as fast as a train. Chocky knew the Dostos would turn up. They don't run on the route though, I don't think. Just see them sitting there. I'm going to all this effort because I want to show you something funny, which you can use to annoy the AI drivers no end. Get in before they all get out, because, you know, they do that. You can reach through this door and go, clunk, and uncouple your locomotive. Isn't that a fun thing to do? And if you're driving along and you do that, it just leaves you behind. Anyway, let's have a look at hopping points, and let's go hopping. I don't think actually there is one in there. That's right, there's one in the Stuttgart depot. Let's go there for a start. Come on, let's zoom in a bit more. Yep. It dumps you in a tree. Well, okay. So this is the big yard we drove past before. There is a scenario set in here for engine inspections. That scenario doesn't make that so much sense to me. Not much in the yard, even with all the layers turned on. I am guessing for performance reasons. Well, there you go, look. There's a set. You knew we'd find them at some point. Here's a set of Dostos. But it's a strange consist, I think, unless that's another train parked behind it. It's got a little carriage on the back. Let's go have a look. I don't want to run all the way down there and just discover it's a different train. No, it is this one. So it's got a 111 on the front, which suggests it's got Dostos and a cab car. Interesting. Okay. Now here's a store wagon. Cool. Who knew? I guess we'll see that in the timetable somewhere. DRV CSX 7658 says I'm still waiting for Sam Pratt's Grade remaster. It's been remastered once. I don't think I'll do it again. Not such an old one. Well, that was in the survey if you want to if you want to remaster things. So you never know, I guess. Alright, let's pop around here. I don't know how to get to the underground station, but there is one. You can't get to it from the map. Schwabstrasse. Another ticket machine, lots of notices. This is a thing for the era. People smoking. Ooh, that looks like a collectible. Enjoy. Can I help? I'm a train driver. I fix stuff. You're just going to stare at it and write it down with a clipboard, yeah? Yeah. Thought so. Shouldn't you just fix it? Wouldn't that be quicker than writing it down? Yep, probably. So standard Lucas behavior collectibles are hidden. Can't go in there. That's boring. Alright, next station. I don't know if it's the Cadbury box from BCC. Could be. This is a bigger station. A little bit more stuff going on. It's pretty quiet at the moment, though. Not many services coming in. Six to 8. something coming. 423, I guess, or 425. We'll know in a minute. 23. To windmilly thing. Leaving without me. Can we go for a walk? No, we cannot. Should have ridden that to the next station. It would have been almost as quick. This one's got a big yard next to it. And the yard's up there on a hill. So short of driving up there, I don't know that you can walk up there. Chocolates and things. Is this a collectible or just a grit box? Just a grit box. It's an up station. Wonder how you get up there. Are there stairs somewhere? Let's have a look. Be cool if we can get up there. Non-functional elevator. Can't go that way. Must be here. Oh, here we go. So you can get up to the up station. Where's the big yard though? Oh, down there. I'm guessing there's a way to get to that yard. Interesting windows. Well, that's how you get to the yard. You just walk off the station. Fair enough. Okay, next station, please. Barbara Jing, hello. We're just flicking from station to station just to have a look at them all. It's a little while before the next one, I think. I don't think there's any on the sidelines over there. We can get into this big yard. There is a hop point here somewhere. Somewhere. There it is. This is the yard we were in before. We just drove the 140 in here. Don't know why we can hear station noises in here, though. That confuses me a little bit. Doesn't seem that likely. So this is the same yard we drove into. It's quite large, but quite empty. It's nicely scenic with plants, bit of overgrowth. But it would be really cool if we actually had the CPU and GPU memory to put a whole lot of trains in here. But there's so much paranoia about performance and textures and things at the moment that I don't think we're going to see a lot of trains. Let's go over to the passenger station, which is the sound source I think you can hear over in the yard. G'day, how you doing? Does this elevator work? Yeah, this one works. Yeah, it's got an invisible wall there, you can't go in. Can you sneak in from anywhere? Huh. Well, I shall have to report that. There was some story behind that building, but I couldn't get an accurate answer, so I won't. All right, next station, please. That'll be this one here. Ludwigsburg. See you later, MTG. Ludwigsburg is, I think, kind of an exchange station, so lots of trains stopping here of different services. See the Regio ones there. One. I'm just assuming we can go up here. Seem to be. Does this lift work? That's better. All right, next station. Nothing that way. You can get out to these yards, but there's no hot point. You have to draw. Oh, there is a hot point. Sorry. I lied. There is a hot point. If I can zoom in. There we go. I didn't get it was. I must have missed this in my look around before. Now, I have not yet figured out if there's services that go in here. Ooh, a level crossover. Nice. Doesn't go anywhere, though. It just disappears into a tree. Okay. I haven't figured out if there's services that go in here, but all of these places are supposed to be accessible. Is that giant toilet paper rolls? Looks like it. All these places are meant to be accessible for shunting, so you should be able to plan scenarios and things in here if there aren't any actual services. Station-wise, next one's over here somewhere. You can see there is plenty of traffic, judging by the map. Asperg. Barbara Jane said they didn't know there was a functioning lift. Well, there is, so there. Another small station. Quite a pretty one. I had a look at Googly Maps for a few of the stations, and they look pretty much spot on, so, oops, might as well stay for the train. 218. Clearly an express. We might even see that at the next station. Is there a hot point for that? Doesn't look like it. We're going to get here and see one come in, or at least go through. If we load up quickly enough. And here it comes here. Good timing. So this is another small station. Let's go to the next one. Could probably ride that train. It wouldn't take far, but take very long. Because this is, I think, the last one. Oh, no. No, I lied again. The Unton Pizza. I wonder if it has anchovies. Lots of clutter. Oh, the people suddenly appeared. The train driver must be freaked out. Didn't I see this person earlier? Yes. Yes, it would be bothersome, wouldn't it? Where's the next one? I think it's cool. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Let me in there. There we go. Deep in conversation. Another small one. I don't know if we're allowed out or not. No, we're not even allowed onto the stairs. Invisible wall. There's another chocolate box. Oh, it makes crunching noises. I didn't notice that the first time. F. Next. More little diorama people kicking around. Those ones with the laptops by the look of it. Can we go for a wander? No, invisible wall. It does seem to be less and less world with the modern routes. You can't go for a wander anywhere. No hot point there in that little yard. So we'll go to the next station instead. Go to Captain Kirk. Well, okay. I probably have to translate that though. Station that gives the appearance of being bigger without actually being bigger. Little goods shed. Can't get up the stairs of the signal box. Sadness. Next. We are getting near the end. Laughing a lot. I'm still curious about that structure. Pretty standard sort of modern station. I don't know if there's anything in the building up here. We can pop up and have a look. Doesn't look like there's any way in there. Can you go around the back? No. Can you go into the forecourt over here? Yes. Ticket machines. Stairs off to somewhere. To the other platform, I'm guessing, but let's go have a quick look. Yeah, you can't go down there. Excellent. That seems likely. Next. So there is a lot of restriction on where you can go in this one. Oh, there's another train just leaving here by the looks of it. Or just arriving, one or the other. Just leaving. We missed it. No one's fixing that one. So it looks like they should be a collectible, but they're not. We haven't seen that one before. Excuse the rampant zooming in and out. My mouse has decided to do weird things. Inquiring minds need to know. Can you go up there? No, invisible wall. Of course not. All right, next. We're nearly done. Big yard with a hot point. Laughing with one F means running. Ah, too many white cars. I think they've maybe used the wrong asset there because there is an asset with lots of coloured cars. So you can see there is a yard. There is a little bit of stuff in it, but not a lot. So it looks like only those two tracks are occupied. None of the others are. Which makes me sad, but I actually, I understand why. It doesn't make me any happier though. That looks like it's a passenger platform, but you can't get there. I wonder if that's the underground one. You could walk there from the yard, I suppose. Which way would it be? We're facing the right way, so if we go this way. Is that getting closer? Yeah, I want to go that way though. What?
I found the car key, so you can use it tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't need to.
Are you not going into the office?
Oh yeah, I've got my own car.
Oh.
Are we going the right way? We want to go left, don't we? So it looks like that might really be undergroundy, because I know there is one underground station in the route, but I haven't figured out how to get there. It looks like you can't, because we can't get there. There's a train coming. Where is it? Or is it a plane? Doesn't matter. Next station. Which is the penultimate. Heilbronn. People were disappointed that there's some power station that you can't see. Double-decker bicycles over there. I remember those from some other route too. We've seen them somewhere else. We could steal the train, but we're not going to. No. Can't do it from that one. Can you do it from that one? Not allowed to drive it. Oh, I just wanted to get onto the flying. Never mind. Oh. Little toy car. Okay. Cute that it makes a noise. Back when Goblin Line was being built, Goblin Lane made noises. It made goblin noises when you collected them, but that got killed. I think that's the last hot point in the route. There are some more yards that you can freight yourself in and have fun with, but that's about it, I think. So I think on that note, it is quite late. It's 11:18 p.m. here, and I've got to be at work in about 9 hours, so bit under 9 hours actually, so I am going to run away And there'll be other ambassadors will start streaming this. If they're not already, they'll during the day, probably during the Euro Day. Let's call it the Euro Day, because I know it is kind of getting into daytime over that end of the world. And have a look around, see what you can find. If you've got any questions, you can chuck them on the comments on this stream, or you can jump into my Discord and ask. I am more than happy to go and look at stuff and find out for you. So, yeah, give me a yell. And that'll do for today, I think. So, on that note, let's climb into the train that's not going anywhere. And go and sit down, because we should be allowed to in here. There you go. Stuttgart, Heilbronn. Or as I call it, Frankenbanana. That's all, folks. See you later. Enjoy yourselves.